Hey all, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever it is for you. Paul Case, Saturday Mornings Outdoors. And this episode is going to be the feral striper episode. I'm going to dig my own bait and I'm going to show you how easy and simple it is to fish for saltwater species, preferably stripers and bluefish and so forth, using the minimal equipment. No $2,000 worth of rods and reels, and you don't need all that heavy equipment. You're just gonna be as feral as possible and as simple as possible. And let's see if we can score some stripers. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dig my own bait. I'm gonna try for some surf clams, and I'm gonna use this simple yo-yo rig. And it's hand casted. They're probably used by millions of people all over the world. Simplest device going for fishing, and they're extremely effective. They used to be tarred hand lines when I was a lot younger, and these came along, and even now people that don't even want to invest in anything, you can just use a Coke can. So it's a pretty simple setup. And I'm going to be digging for surf clams. See if I can dig up some bait and see how we can do going feral. It's about 100 degrees out, the humidity's high, but I'll be nice and cool in that water, I hope. Let's go. Hopefully we'll catch some fish and at least teach you how to simplify things. So let's go back to the rat cave and I'll explain the simple basic setup that I'll be using today for the yo-yo for the fishing. And welcome to the rat cave, and Miss Denise, of course, cordially says hello. Put some clothes on, kid. And so first I would like to say that when I'm out hunting and fishing, and I'm sure a lot of you guys do the same thing, but it's very important to me. It really is. If you're into this for the lifetime thing, that you keep a log. And I have these going back, till when I was 15 or 16 years old. Every time I either hunt or fish or something significant happens, I'm giving, like I do on the weather report at the canal, barometric pressure, wind direction, tide stage, or whatever from in freshwater, from hunting, where I hunted, along the power lines, whatever. All the particulars, the science facts, and then also about the particular hunt. And then I put down what I caught and add that up to the yearly total. And this is extremely important for putting pieces together. You can look back over the years and just see where you caught what stages of moon, tide, and this is how you uncover real valuable data to enrich your hunting and fishing. It really, really pays off to write down this stuff, so keep a log. That's the first half. And the second half to the equation, as far as I'm concerned personally, is a physical artifacts. One of my loving fans called this the Indian burial ground, but they're little trinkets from every hunting, not every, but certain significant hunting and fishing trips, deer tags, actual arrows that have actually killed, that I believe hold mojo, give you more confidence as years go by, trapping stuff, little things that bring back memories. Each one holds absolutely the story behind it to me, and it enriches this as a lifelong hobby. It's really, really a cool thing to collect over the years. As you get older, you'll notice that that each little trinket that you collect, it's got a story behind it. There is really, really meaningful stuff that enriches the sport of hunting and fishing. Well worth, memorializing the stuff on this kind of lifestyle. It's a lot of fun. So anyway, let's get to the setup of the yo. So I've seen two sizes. This is the large size, and they're all kind of built the same way. One edge of the ridge is flared. That's the edge technically that they think you're going to pull the line off. Either way, it doesn't matter. Some guys like myself spin it. This one has grooves on it so you can grip it easier as you're spinning it. This edge holds the line in. These are the large size. This is the large size yo-yo. They sell these all over the world. You throw these in your trunk, you can fish anywhere. Saltwater, freshwater, always prepared. The least expensive way to go. I don't know, they're like $5 a piece or something. I prefer the smaller ones. And this is what you'll see me using at the beach today. And it's the same design, only it's smaller, that's all. I find they're a little easier to handle. And what it is it's 50-pound test. You don't need a lot. It's probably maximum 150 yards there. You're not gonna, even if you hook into something big, my technique is just to back up onto the beach. You don't have to reel it on like with a reeling, little by little. Just back up, pull it in, like hand lining it on. So it's 50-pound test, and I use a 2 or 3 ounce egg sinker, and then at the end of that, I go into a swivel, and then 30-pound test for a leader. The leader is not long, it's about 1 foot long, and I got about a 7/0 circle hook on that. In this state, we have to use circles for any kind of live bait fishing now. And I use a shorter leader, like unlike the canal, just because when the pickup comes, I want to feel it, the sensitivity. There's no rod to feel the pickup. You're feeling it with your hands, and you're watching your line, almost like fishing nymphs. When you're fly fishing, you're watching your line, any certain changes, and you gently pull back when you feel, if you think something's on there, just to see and check. And but that's it. They're simple devices, and you can go anywhere and fish with them. Very portable, feral. And one other device deserves absolutely an honorable mention in this, a homemade little device. It's just a cleaned out peanut butter jar. Drill a hole in the lid, and put a piece of rope and have that attached to the lid, and you screw the lid on. And then the other end of it, it's about 1.5 feet long, any old rope will do. Throw a carabiner on there. And what you do with that is, it's technically, this is used for eeling at nighttime. You put your eels in there. That hole is not airtight, so water's going to get up in there and refresh. But using it, you can use it for any saltwater bait, or any bait for that matter. And this clips on your belt loop, and it just floats behind you as you're walking along at night. You're never losing contact with it. You don't have to worry about where's your bait. It's just trailing behind you. So I put my clams in here, my clams or my eels or sand fleas or whatever you're using for bait in here, and it just trails behind me as I'm wading along at nighttime. And I don't take credit for inventing this. Another entrepreneurial fisherman came up with this genius idea, but it really works well and wicked cheap to make. So that's the setup that we're using on the feral episode. And hopefully the guy back at the beach is having some really good luck out there. Let's go back there and see what's going on. And one other small tip, but very important, it can be important for you. I get carried away with the fishing. Sometimes I'll do it for 6 hours. Even with that, just wading along, very relaxing. So get a piece of duct tape, and you want to wrap it around your pointer finger, or whatever hand your casting hand is. And in 3 hours, you're going to wear the skin away here. You're going to get a giant blister. So it pays to put a piece of good duct tape that the water won't unpeel on your finger, and after a while, just bend it around and it gets flexible, and you won't even know it's there, but you won't tear your skin up here. And that's, if you're only going to be doing it for an hour or fishing off a bridge, you of course don't need that. But if you're walking along the surf, you're going to do it 3, 4, 5, a whole tide and so forth, that's going to be your best friend. Trust me is all I can say. All right, so we're wading into the water, and we're feeling at the bottom of our feet, the soles of our feet as we walk along. The clams, when they feel pressure on them, if you step on them, they squirt. So on dry land, you'll see it squirt up, but they also do that in the water too. So as you're walking along, it's not a ninja thing. It's not something that takes 80 years to develop, but you're using a sense of feel on the bottom of your feet, and it feels like something gave away under your foot. It feels just something slight. And in about 10 minutes, you should be able to get, you know, the feel of what you're feeling for. And obviously you want to do this at low tide or the receding tide. And once you feel that little spurt, that's a clam. Dig with your foot until you feel the clam and then pull it up. And that's all. And never turn your back on the ocean, on the waves. That's all. And that's pretty simple, but it's very effective. I can fill a basket up in probably 45 minutes to an hour. All right, so I'm feeling with my feet on the bottom. I felt a little spurt, and this is how you dig them. You just dig them with your foot. Kind of clear it out. It feels like a rock when you hit it. And the more you clear it out, that's what I'm doing, the easier it is to pull them up, because they got big feet and they try to stay in. So let's see, I'm working against the waves. And there you go. It's extremely difficult with the camera gear, but that is your surf clam. They're pretty daggone good eating too, but there probably isn't a clam chowder that these aren't in, because they're a lot cheaper than cherry stones and regular clams to use. So but that's what your surf clam looks like. I'll show you how to open it shortly. Hang on. So shucking these, there's 2 abductor muscles on every clam, one there and one there. And when they feel pressure of someone, just any kind of pressure, they they pull those muscles tight, and that's how they seal the clam off. Any oyster, anything with a shell does that. So you want to get their Achilles heel. So there's an abductor there and an abductor there. Wait till they're relaxed a little bit and that's open, and you do it quickly. And then you got to slice that. See, now I just sliced the abductor, and there's nothing he can do to close that. So on that side it's closed. I mean, that side it's cut, and on that side it's cut, and there you go. And it's the simplest, easy way. There's no force involved. There's no, it's a simple way to shuck them. Then you just get all your meat out of there and put them in your little jar. Fill a jar up, fill a bucket up, do whatever you need. So baiting up with some of the clams that I got, I broke a few shells and I threw them around me to create a chum slick. We used to do this while we were surfing. You know, when there's no waves, you're doing this. So bait up my little hook here, circle hook. All right, and we're ready to cast. That's what my rig's looking like. We're ready to cast. So you let out your line, some slack, and just go ahead. Let her go. You get better at it. When you're casting, as opposed to swinging it over your head and level, kind of cant it a little bit, and it makes the release a lot easier. Look where you want the rig to go and let it go at the appropriate time. It's a lot easier just to do it. It's like trying to explain to someone how to throw a baseball. It's easier just to do it. And this water is nice and cool. I surfed here for uncounted. It's a very flat day. We got a few surfers out here, but there's nothing today. Super flat, but it's a great surfing beach in the winter time. And it's a lot of fun, a lot of girls. So basically, if and when you get a hit, there's not a rod to set the hook. These are circle hooks anyway. You just basically tighten the line. And as the tide recedes, I like an outgoing tide for this kind of fishing. The fishing usually is good on this particular beach on an outgoing tide. Oh, there's a little touch, I believe. Come on, fishy. There's a lot of crabs here too. There's flounder here, stripers, and bluefish. And this is a full-on in the middle of the day. There's not really. This is not nighttime. I fished here 1,000 times at nighttime on the beach chair, falling asleep, waiting for the jingle of the bell. But I've caught tons of fish. A lot of schoolies here in the daytime. So it's very simple kind of fishing, and like I say, you don't need $5,000. Whoops, little tangle there. You don't need $5,000 rods and reels, and it's pretty much effective when the fish are here. So you fucking whore. So rebait. Usually the tongue is the best on these, and generally that's what I like putting on. They're more hardy, and they toughen up the more they're in the salt water. And with the design of this peanut butter holding device, it's water gets in there, so it keeps it fresher and so forth. So you don't need much. And generally when I'm fishing, when the line is out, I keep it on my arm basically. It keeps it out of the way, and you can just keep your hand holding the line and feeling through any type of bites or anything like that. And that's pretty much it for the simplicity of yo-yo fishing. It is so relaxing and so refreshing just wade fishing. And the view ain't bad either. There's a lot of bikini-clad girls here, but make no mistake, this is a lot of people on this beach, but they're kicking up the bottom, and I see stripers as I'm surfing in the impact zone as the waves curl up, where the wave stirs up the bottom of the sand when there's thousands of people here. So the people ain't a problem on this particular beach anyway. But make no mistake, there's stripers here. An extremely famous fishing spot called Harding's Ledge is about a mile off shore here, and it's very popular for stripers and bluefish, and all around here. Hull Guts up in that way, and maybe I'll do a show fishing in that there. Yeah, they're all up and down. Yeah. Really? How far? Yep. There's tons of them in here. It don't matter if there's 1,000 people, or it doesn't matter. Yeah. And bluefish. Bluefish too. Just clams. Yeah. Well, there's surf clams underneath here. I'm digging them. Yeah. Yeah. You'd be surprised. People scream when I pull one out. Like they don't know. They think... Well, more effective, kick up the sand, and because that's what they're doing. They're rooting in the sand. Yeah. Yep. And they just cruise up and down the beach. So this is an extremely popular beach, and I've caught stripers here with all these people here, and some of the women like scream, like they think it's dangerous, or it's pretty funny, but because they're bathing and they don't think that there's actual fish in the ocean, you know, it's pretty funny. Come on, fishies. Very relaxing here. And like I say, the scenery isn't that bad. Right. One of the guys to my right just said he saw a striper, so I don't know if he's just pulling my leg, or hopefully that's true. So on digging the clams, slack is like about an hour from now, but the further out you go, especially at dead slack, that's all unclam fished area. Like there's better clamming out there, especially at the peak of slack tide, where you can wade out further than the people that are digging clams on the beach go. And that is absolutely like gold mine. That's where you fill up baskets in 15 minutes. And where you find one, these are surf clams, so where you find one, you'll find usually colonies of them. And I try not to take all of them from one colony, leave 3 or 5 there, so you're not stripping them. But this has had surf clams here, this beach, for thousands of years probably. Literally just saw a striper right through here, just swimming through. The guy was right, he wasn't pulling my chain. So stripers are here, just got to convince one to bite. Oh, it's thrilling to see that. They kind of remind me of bonefish. They're shadowy, kind of ghost-like appearance as they move through the reflecting light. Good size one. Looked like it was about close to a keeper. Saint of Hopeless Capers. Please, let me catch a striper. Oh, Father, God, hallowed be thy name. Kingdom come. Earth and heaven. Okay. See how that little hole on top that's not waterproof keeps that good fresh water in there, and keeps all, whatever bait you put in there, sand eels, you know, anything, sand fleas, every kind of bait. It's a very simple, elegantly useful device. As you progress in ninja efficiency with the feeling of the caving in of the spurt of the surf clam, if you can follow what I'm saying, it gets much easier, and you know exactly what it's supposed to feel like. And like I say, after a while, you know, experienced, 45 minutes, you know. There's nobody near me, and it's a hand line, and I have a license right here. What? So what? It's a state license. Oh, okay, so is your superior here? I am. So who's over you? Yes, please. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So we got a Karen here. How you doing? All right. So she says I can't fish here. It's a hand line, and I'm in an area where there's nobody. I've been surfing and fishing here for 40 years, digging surf clams for bait for 40 years here, and no one's ever said anything.
Okay, it's a DCR CMR 302 12 at this near Tasket Beach. The DCR section of it is considered a swimming beach from Memorial Day to Labor Day. No fishing day, night, overnight.
Okay, what, I mean, how come I never got stopped before, ever?
I have no idea, sir.
All right, so where is it legal to fish?
I'd send you down to Hullgut by the high school.
Yeah, what about along through here?
Not on any section of the DCR beach is illegal.
So what is the boundaries?
Where the houses start.
Okay, so after the houses.
I'm not
So unfortunately, as you saw, game warden, the wonderful lifeguard, put an end to that fishing session, and the game warden stated, but I believe he's wrong, but I'm a straight shooter, I'll leave, I'll just go somewhere else. But so you can see how simple surf fishing can be. You don't need $2,000 rods and reels, you just need some line and a hook, basically, and that yo-yo fits the trick. It can fit anywhere. You can put it in a glove box, you can put it in your little kit, and anywhere you go you can do some fishing. So hope you enjoyed this episode, and I had a lot of fun bringing it to you, nice and cooling in the water. Got to see a lot of chicks in bikinis, and there's nothing wrong with that. So if you like this episode, please smash that like and subscribe button. And as always, don't forget to say your prayers. My name is Paul K. See you next week. See ya. So I so apologize for not being able to finish the episode like I wanted to. It'd be nice to catch a striper or two, which I was only there for like an hour. And I've been here 40 years, surfing, fishing, / all that. Never had a problem. My uncle lives literally 2 streets down the road. He's a property owner in this town, and I don't know. It's just, it is what it is. I don't want any trouble with the law, but that's how it rolls. And so just accept my apology for not. You got the gist of it, though, how to fish on a budget, and you don't need too much to catch stripers and bluefish. So anyway, that's that.